Hello guys and welcome to this new Kerbal Space Program Reborn video. This is the 18th episode and today we are having our first docking in this episode since the beginning of the series, as well as us finally launching in Flyable Pain. So as I was finishing off a contract in this clip, my game suddenly decided to crash, and so did my recording. So the game rebooted just fine, but the recording was sadly unrecoverable. But yeah, I lost a whole hour of gameplay, but I can tell you what I did roughly. So I've did a lot of contracts as well as added a whole ton of new upcoming launches, yet fortunately I did not launch anything into space that is important, so that was good, so you didn't miss out on much. So yeah, the following recording is now the actual new one that I just had to record afterwards after I fixed the problem, which actually works now, and yeah, what should have happened after I've done all the contracts, etc. So as you've probably seen already, I've researched the group aerodynamics in the Research and Development Center, allowing us to use propellers as well as many other things for a suitable plane. So I've then of course instantly used them to finish constructing our Terminal Mini. It'll have absolutely no engines at all, and in fact only have one propeller with 4 rotor blades. We are still going a little classy and old style here. So after a bit of testing, we were now able to launch it, and we shouldn't really say launch, should we? It's rather take off. So the takeoff went absolutely perfect with Valentina Kerman on the pilot command seat, and she flew it absolutely good, landing it after making a whole circle around the Kerbal Space Center, thus proving the theory that we can now use flying aeroplanes, which are powered by propellers. And there was touchdown. Perfect. Well, not really perfect landing, but we still made it to ground, which is more than a success. So I've accepted more contracts and almost instantaneously completed them with an already ready Prometheus 2 rocket, carrying Valentina Kerman as a pilot. Also, supposedly our rendezvous 2 and 1 mission should be the spacecraft that we would dock for our mission, but now that we have a space station that is actually dockable, we can use that to complete our contract. So I'm using our Psych 1 mission, which was going to the space station either way, to use this as docking to save money, so we don't have to launch 2 whole new rockets just to complete 1 contract. So after splashdown, it was time to launch our Psych 1 mission, going to the space station Carbonautica. I've waited until Carbonautica was right above the head and then proceeded to lift it off. Now, you might ask who those 2 astronauts are supposed to be who are going to be launching there. Those are actually going to be 1 new hired astronaut and 1 normal one. I hired 2 new astronauts in total, thus being Kelmo Kerman and Staffiel Kerman, both having a lot of courage but also having a lot of stupidity. Yet, only one of them is going on a flight, and this is going to be Kelmo, along with Bob Kerman to support him as a scientist. And as you've probably already noticed, planning the maneuver was actually one of the hardest things to do. Of course, this was because we don't have it unlocked yet, the automatic one, using MacJeb, but we will soon. And hopefully we can avoid things like days, which took me like literal half an hour to complete, just to get an rendezvous attempt with Orca Monautica. and now to our final docking attempt. It took ages to get there, and we did have a performance loss in our engine, but we still made it because we still had sufficient fuel. So with both spacecraft aiming at each other's docking port, we were able to successfully dock the first time in space. After this accomplishment, Kalmel Kerman and Bob Kerman will stay here for the next 180 days until they'll be relieved from the Psyx 2 crew, which will also stay there for 180 days. But for now, they can do all their science experiments there and use the research hub that is also on there to process experiments and gather a lot more science out of them. As you'll see in a minute, I'm also going to start research right away, gaining us 0.6 science per day. It might not seem a lot, but if you take it to scale that you can easily skip 1 year, that's almost 300 science. So it is pretty profitable. So for next episode, we will definitely be launching a new Corp 4 satellite up into space, and I've actually decided to kind of make a batch of each Corp 4 launch, this meaning that every launch will maybe have 3 Corp satellites. Who knows? If that's possible, we'll find out next episode. So for now, that should be it, and I'm sorry if this episode was kinda short. I already said why, because my recording decided to give in. But however, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll hope I see you guys next episode. Bye bye.